Hi and welcome, everyone. You're watching another 24/7 TBC live broadcast. My name is Paul, and this is episode 81. And today's date is July 1st, 2018. Okay, let's go see if anyone is here yet. Okay, let's go see if anyone is here yet. Okay. And Darian, welcome. Thank you for coming. Oh, let's see here. All right. Okay, today we're going to talk about TBC. All right. TBC stands for the Billion Coin. The Billion Coin is a cryptocurrency, came out 2 years ago, March 21st, 2016. And it did not go on the trading market, okay? Because we have a mission with our coin, okay? And in order to fulfill that mission, we had to keep a small amount of control, a small amount of what they call centralization. Those of you who know about cryptocurrency know that the blockchain technology is decentralized. And the platform that Satoshi Nakamoto created his Bitcoin on is completely decentralized. Okay, which just means that there's no one person in control. It's in the hands of the people. Okay, so there's a lot more to it, but that's a real short version. Okay, so our blockchain is the same. The only difference is it's been 9 years, and our blockchain, well, the blockchain that most of the coins came out with after Bitcoin, we're all using that same blockchain 1.0, you want to call it. And of course, technology doubles every 18 months. So people started to come out with more advanced versions of blockchain applications, and it helped to speed up the transaction times with their coins. And for instance, Bitcoin can do only 7 transactions per second. And so last year, they had enough people, which is about 12 million, using the Bitcoin and trading it every day, that the transactions slowed down, or they just couldn't keep up. So they had a fork. That's what it's called. It's a fork. It forked off the blockchain and created a new coin called Bitcoin Cash that can do transactions at 130 per second, not 7, but 130, which was a huge help and benefit for the whole Bitcoin system. So now you've got Bitcoin and you've got Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Cash is doing really well. Okay, so with the technology that has continued to grow, we were able to start creating a brand new blockchain 2.0 with super high speeds. Okay, and we got our transactions currently, as of right now today, somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 transactions per second. Okay, so that's a huge game changer. In fact, it makes us the second fastest money changing system under Visa and MasterCard, which is just completely digital. Okay, there's no blockchain involved with that system, is there? No, that's a centralized, completely controlled system of the central bankers. And the only other coin that is close to us is also not on a blockchain. They are open source, but they are a banking coin. That's Ripple. It's called Ripple. They are currently able to do 1,500 transactions per second. Okay, but again, that's a coin that was brought out by the central bankers to compete with the real cryptocurrencies, I guess you could call them, the ones that are on a blockchain, because they saw that people were going over to these cryptocurrencies and using them, and they don't want that. Okay, they want us to stay on their debt-based economic system. Okay, which they took control of here in America in 1913 with the passage of the Federal Reserve Act, which gave, against our Constitution, our money system over to that private bank. The Federal Reserve is a private bank, has nothing to do with the federal government. Okay, it's just a gimmick they use to associate themselves and try to fool the Americans. And they did, thinking that that was a government thing. But obviously the Constitution was completely against that, but people didn't realize that was a private bank at the time. And they were so strong by that time that we haven't been able to get rid of that system since then. So they've been in power for 105 years. But now technology is at the point where we, the people, can take our money back. Okay, so let's see. The Federal Reserve over the decades obviously have done what they're really good at doing, taking their time and taking the money and the value of our money away, which causes the devaluation of our system. Now, of course, since it's their money, since it says right on your cash, Federal Reserve note, then they turn around, they lend it to our government, and they charge our government interest. This is why we're 22 trillion in debt, just governmental. The American people, including the government, including all student loans, including car loans, mortgages, everything, we're $70 trillion in debt to this banking system because of their usury, their interest practice, their interest that they charge. You see, the government had to turn around and charge the people income taxes, another thing that was against the Constitution, in order to pay back the interest that the Federal Reserve private banking system charged the government for lending them their money. Okay, so without a doubt, we were betrayed. And this is what happens. Money talks, right? Okay, so the people of the world, in case you haven't noticed, are fed up with that system. And now that there's the technology and the cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology, they are realizing, wait a second, there's a couple of options here. First, they got so fed up that they said, you know what, we've got to get our gold back into our countries. That's the first thing we've got to do. If we're going to get off of that system and go around that system of the central bankers, then we have got to be able to back up whatever currency we come up with or even currently have with gold. But we have to do it. We the people. We the countries. Okay, so you saw it happen in Russia. You saw it happen in China. They've got their gold back, their money back by gold. Okay, so now countries are moving eastward instead of westward when it comes to making trading deals, because now they can get currency from China and Russia that's backed by gold. Whereas the US dollar, which is now called the petrodollar since 1971, when they took us off the gold standard here in America, it's completely worthless. And they just keep making more and more and more and putting us more and more and more debt. And the only thing that can happen is a crash. Okay, we've seen little crashes. We know what they're like. We've seen people lose everything, their homes, their retirements, stuff they had in stock markets. It's coming again. Okay, But the difference is now that we have a president that we, the Patriots, put into office that is not part of that system. He's not bought and paid for. He's the first not bought and paid for president since Reagan. Okay? And prior to Reagan, it was John F. Kennedy. All the rest were paid for all the way back to William Taft. Okay? So we are in a position now where we are bringing peace to the world. We are making the world great. Okay? And in order to make America great, you've got to make the whole world great. Okay? So it just makes sense that we are out there, Trump and the Patriots. I personally am not out there. You know, and it's frustrating because all I can do is stay on top of things and watch the incredible stuff that's going on and just be amazed that I'm alive seeing this. It's history being written right now. Okay? And the way that they're doing it, because the central banking system has so much control, has had so much control, and they've been so used to being in power that they were just ripe to be what's stung. Okay, they were just ripe to be stung, to have sting operations applied to them because they just fell for it, and they're continuing to fall for it. So it doesn't even matter what we say. We can talk about the truth, talk about what's happening. We're always 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps ahead of them. Trump is an amazing man when it comes to the deal, and he's got some amazing people working with him. And he brings his enemies in and he keeps them real close to him. Okay, so enough of politics, but politics and money are. Okay, so back to TBC. What is our mission then? Okay, well, our mission is just by itself. It has nothing to do with politics, but it kind of does because money has to do with politics. Okay. But our goal is to eliminate global economic or financial poverty. Eliminate poverty throughout the entire world. All 7.6 billion people. No more poverty, pure abundance. Okay, so what we did was we created this coin and we created 1 billion coins. That's why we call it a billion coin. We created 1 billion coins. We're not going to create any more. That's it, 1 billion. But that's enough. That's just enough. It's perfect. You don't want to create too much. You don't want to create not enough. Okay, so the numbers we ran, 1 billion was perfect. We created 1 billion coins. Now we have to distribute those coins. And we started 2 years ago with 171 people, stakeholders. Okay, and they were able to purchase a certain amount of coins at a very, very, very low price. This is the way it always is when you bring out a coin. And then anybody who wanted to get a hold of coins, purchase coins for themselves, had to buy it from one of those 171 stakeholders. And then it just went from there. Okay, and as the people came in and made purchases, then the value of our coin went up, because instead of it being based on trading, on a trading market, we created an algorithm which gives the value of the price, or bases the value of the price on you and I, the people. So when a human being, whether it's a day-old baby or the oldest person in the world, joins our community, and we do have a real community, okay? It's like a private membership, okay? But we're looking for 1 billion people, okay? And we're already up to over 3.2 million after just 2 years, okay? And now that we're going on to this new blockchain platform 2.0, we're starting to explode in our membership. Thousands and thousands are joining every day, okay? So we're out here doing these 24/7 live broadcasts to get the word out, because you're not going to find us on the CoinMarketCap. You're not going to see TBC there where you can purchase and exchange and trade, because that would defeat the whole purpose of our coin. We wouldn't be able to distribute our wealth out evenly as best possible. It can't be completely even, but you know, it can be fairly close. Okay, so for instance, our first mission is to create 1 million billionaires. And then after we create 1 million billionaires, will create 1 billion millionaires. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
How you doing today?
To my mommy's house.
Oh, have fun. All right, see you guys later.
My mommy's waiting for me.
Oh, she is. Okay. So after we create our first million billionaires, we're going to create a billion millionaires. And they'll be multimillionaires and they'll be multi-billionaires, you see. But nobody can come in, the rich can't come in, the central bankers can't come in and just buy our coin and keep it all to themselves and leave us with just what's left. But they can do that with Bitcoin. They can do that with any coin that's on a market exchange. So when a coin gets on a market exchange, it gives up everything. It gives up all of its power, but the people can use that coin because it's real money. And if they get a hold of it, they hang on to it, it can be an option to protect their wealth that's based in fiat currency, US dollars / Federal Reserve notes or the euro, okay, or any other monetary system in the country they're in right now that is not backed by gold or backed by anything. Okay, so they can use it as an option. Okay, same as gold or silver, any hard asset that has value, right? Well, that's what an asset is. Okay, so platinum, okay, these things are harder to deal with when it comes to everyday use as money if it were to come down to that. But if you have some, it will help protect your wealth that's in fiat, currency. Like protection against all the stocks you may have in the stock market. Okay, look at it that way. But cryptocurrency can do the same thing. Say if you had Bitcoin and you just sat on it, you didn't play around with it, you didn't gamble it at the casino, which is what the stock markets are like, the coin markets are like, then it's only going to go up in value over time because of supply and demand. They're only making 21 million coins. Okay. So we have this mission. We're going to get it done. And we have done nothing but grow for 2 years, amazingly. In the first year, we went from 171 people to 100,000. But that kind of growth happens in the beginning. It's like, what, 6,000 times growth, okay? But we knew it was going to slow down when it came to the amount of people or the amount of growth after 100,000. But it still grew by 30 times. In the next 12 months, it went from 100,000 members to 3 million. If we were to just do the same this year, and we should easily do it. In fact, we should do a lot more because of our blockchain. Okay, because of the speeds we're able to do transactions with. Merchants out there, people, when they find out about it, and they are finding out about it, are coming on board because they love those fast times. And this is new. We're just doing this right now. We're in the middle, actually, of migration. We're migrating from the old blockchain platform 1.0 to the new one. And we've got 3 million to bring over, right? So we'll be done July 20, at the end of this month. We'll be done with it. Okay, and by then we'll have it all set up. We'll have a QR code, everything just like Bitcoin. We can just walk in at the cash register, boom, 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 and it's done. Okay, so but let's just say we did only 30 times the growth again. That would take us from 3 million to 90 million. And with Bitcoin only having 12 million people using that coin, we're going to have 90 million. We're going to have a heck of a economy already. Because Bitcoin has a small economy, right? People are accepting it. Stores, merchants, retailers, they're accepting it, some of them. The ones that can afford to just put it in their wallet and keep it there. It's great as an investment for these people. They got enough cash flow going through their businesses that they can continue to replenish their stores and sell their products or whatever. And the little bit of Bitcoin that comes in, they can just stash it away. But it can't get too much more than that because those prices will go up and down every day because it's on a market. And being as Bitcoin's been around the longest, and it's the most feared coin to the central bankers, okay, in their system, the US dollar and the Federal Reserve note, then they're the ones buying it up and manipulating the price. And then they dump it, they sell it, and it goes down. People lose their coins back into the system, and then they start to grab it again. They start to buy again, and the prices will go up, and people will come in again, and then they'll dump. You know, the boom and crash is what we're used to hearing with the stock markets. Okay, they also call it the pump and dump. That's what the central banking system with their markets, it's their system. Wall Street is their system. That's what they do to control the people. But now they're realizing that they're losing control and they're panicking. They're going crazy. And what can they do? The system is going to crash no matter what. So all they can do is hang on to the narrative and say, hey, we didn't do it. We warned you guys it was going to crash, but we didn't do it. It was Trump and his tariffs and this is that is whatever. They're going to blame it on Trump and the Patriots, right? Unless Trump and the Patriots hang on to the narrative and they actually prove that it was the central bankers that failed us. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Because as a private bank, it can be audited. And guess what? It's never been audited since 1913. Since the last time it came into existence, the Federal Reserve Bank, private bank, has never been audited. Why? Because they have so much power. They have kept themselves from being audited, but not anymore. The time is perfect. There's nothing that can stop Trump and the Patriots. We've had this plan for years. Please believe. So we're going to audit that bank. We're going to get that passed through Congress. And when we show the world what this central banking system has done for decades, that's the end of them. Okay, and our cash will switch over to a cash monetary system. It will be monetary because it will be backed by gold. Okay, there'll be a transition period, but we'll get through it. But we have to hang on to the narrative, and we're going to. The central banking system is a relic. It's done. Okay, but they're not going to go without a fight. In the meantime, we have this thing called the billion coin that they don't have any control over at all. They can't even buy it. Okay, we have a vetting system that keeps them out. We have a little bit of control. How do we have that control? Blockchains are decentralized, right? Well, we just have the wallet. You have to get our wallet from us. Okay, unlike all the other cryptocurrencies, you can go out and buy. There's hundreds of companies that will sell you a wallet or even give you a wallet for free because they'll charge you transaction fees or whatever every time you transact and use whatever coin. Okay, but we have control of just one wallet system that we give to everybody. Well, actually, we charge $10 lifetime. Lifetime. $10 for that wallet. Never, ever, ever will you have a transaction fee. You can go out and make 100 transactions a day on our wallet system and not be charged anything. Okay? And actually that $10 is an annual fee that is basically set up to give you your own back office or website on the billion coin. It's called Kringles.cash because pieces of our coin, like pieces of Bitcoin, are called Satoshis. Pieces of the billion coin are called Kringles. Okay, so you'll get your own Kringle cash back office. That will be yours. I mean, we are a community. We stay together in communication with each other. We are a private membership. We're just the greatest one in the world. Okay, we are an abundance-based coin, which means our coin never goes down in value. It's based on that algorithm. Let me explain how that algorithm works because this will blow you away. Every person that comes in, like I said, day-old baby to the oldest person in the world, registers for free. Their name, an email address. Email address has to be real because you will initially, maybe never again, but you will initially get 2 emails that will have confirmation, live confirmation hyperlinks in those emails that you'll have to click on. You'll click on one that will create your back office, give you that website I was talking about, right? And the other one will create your wallet, your lifetime wallet. We're just going to include it with that $10 a year fee that we're charging for the back office. And it used to be free. Okay, it used to be an option. We didn't used to even have to pay $10. But now that we're going over to this new blockchain, we decided, because we started giving the gift away a year ago. I mean, admin, not us, but admin has these coins. He needs to get them into the hands of the people to raise the price of the coin and to create our own economy. So he's giving Kringles away for free. He started doing that a year ago. So all these people came in, just got the gift, and didn't really know what it was. Didn't really pay attention to our community. Didn't do anything to help our community to grow. They didn't even tell their loved ones or their families or their friends. Not all, a few did. And we grew to 3 million, but they didn't stick with it. And we just figured it was because they got it for nothing and they didn't put any value on it. And of course, cryptocurrency is still very new to a lot of people. It's like the internet. I always, explain to it how the internet grew from 1990 to 2000 and how it matured by 2000. And then it went nuts. But how the masses started coming in around 95, 96, because at that point, they knew it wasn't going away and it was real. They still didn't understand it. Okay, a lot of us. But we knew we wanted to get behind the wheel and drive it, right? So it's the same thing that's happening right now with cryptocurrency. Okay, so there was a lot of people that probably didn't understand. And so that's what we noticed. So when we switched over to this new, we're migrating to this new 2.0 blockchain, we decided, let's just make it mandatory $10. That's all we're ever going to charge anybody. Okay, admin doesn't need anybody's money. Admin is a team of creators that are self-funded. Okay, so this is really an abundance-based coin. You can't even imagine, because our minds have been so brainwashed in being raised here in America and around the world that all we are is in a world of lack, in a world of scarcity. There's not enough for everybody. Okay, only us filthy rich people get to have everything. You know how many filthy rich people? I couldn't help myself. You know how many rich people are out there? Billionaires. How many billionaires are in a world of 7.6 billion people? 2,200. Okay, 2,200 out of 7.6 billion people. There's only 2,200 and maybe 47 billionaires in the entire world. And you wonder what's wrong with the world? You look around and you see the poverty and you're going, what? Or you're just not even going what? You're just going, oh yeah, those countries, they're in bad shape. The government's not running it right. Well, that's because the government is owned by the central bankers. And the central bankers are in those countries, stripping those countries out of their resources and giving it to themselves, and leaving the people in poverty and disease and everything that goes along with poverty. Okay? But the world is done with that system. We're fed up, and now we can do something about it. And that's all the difference in the world. Okay, I want to make this short today. I'm on a time schedule here. So let me see if how. Oh, let me tell you this last point about the Billion Coin and the mission we have and what our algorithm is based on. You and I, people, right? When someone comes in and fills out that form for free, they get their confirmation emails, they click on it, you get one is going to be your back office. And before you can get into the back office, it's going to give you 10 questions, but it's going to have a paragraph for each of those 10 questions that you can read, and you'll know what the answer is. You'll pick one of the two answers. You'll be right or you'll be wrong. If you're wrong, it will tell you you're wrong. Go back and look at the paragraph again and answer the right question. But those 10 paragraphs are our mission statement. They are our mission statement. Okay, they will tell you what we're all about. And so before you spend a dime, you will definitely know whether you want to spend the $10 or not. Or you'll just say, you know what, this doesn't sound like it's for me. And you'll walk away and that'll be the end of it. Okay, so again, how does the algorithm value our coin? It used to be when we started out, we valued it on the euro. Everybody knew what the euro was. So one person joined, it raised the price of our coin by €1. 1,000 persons joined the next day, let's just say, then it would go up by 1,000 euros. Okay, now in the beginning, we had to have a different type of system where it went up anywhere between 1% and 5%, depending on the growth. So the basic thing, the primary thing is it always went up every day until it reached its maximum price. And then it switched from that percentage over to actual, members. So then, if 5,000 members joined in one day, it went up 5,000 euros. Okay, so now that it's been 2 years, we don't want to base it on a fiat currency anymore. We want to base it on something that's real. So we switched it over to gold. We base the value of our coin on gold, and the smallest measurement of gold is a grain of gold. Okay, it takes 480 grains to equal an ounce of gold. So how much is gold today? Well, how much is a grain of gold? If every person that joined was worth €1, what is now every person that's worth 1 grain of gold? How much is that? Well, a grain of gold right now is worth $2.80, according to the price of gold. So basically, we went from €1 to €2 overnight. We doubled the price of our coin, or from $1.40 to $2.80. Okay, and when we reach our first billion members, the algorithm chops off the price and the value stops right there. Doesn't go higher and doesn't go lower. Okay, it stops right there and that's it. Okay, and at that point, it doesn't matter what gold does. Okay, so, and it also doesn't matter that the wallets are in our control. We will decentralize the wallets at that point. We would have achieved our goal of eliminating complete poverty in the world by the time we get to our first billion. So the way it was originally set up is being that the coin would have gone to 1 billion people. It would have been worth 1 billion euros per coin. Okay, so 1 billion coins made. We need 1 billion people, our first billion people, to max the price out at 1 billion euros. This is why we called it the billion coin. But obviously now that we're valuing it on gold, that one coin, if it was the same price as gold is today, would be worth $2.8 billion per coin. Okay, so the thing is, yes, that sounds crazy. How are we going to buy a coin? Our coin today is worth over $8 million. Okay, just with the 3.3 million or 3.2, almost 3.3 million people. But we have ways. Okay, here's the thing. We need to get the coins into your hands. We need 1 billion people. We're going to do everything we can to get those coins in your hands, even if we have to give them to you. Okay, so there's always promotions and ways that you can get coins. I am earning coins just by doing a broadcast. Okay, and they didn't start out that way. They just added that because they realized, all these people doing broadcasts, we need more. We need more. This is working. The word is getting out and more people are signing up. So they said, we're going to offer free coins for you people that just will do a live broadcast, on a consistent basis. You don't have to do it every day. You can do it once a week, but just be consistent and do a half hour. Okay, my time is up. Thank you guys for watching, and tomorrow is Monday. I'm already scheduled. I will see you guys tomorrow. Romeo, I'm up against you, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. And thanks for everything, Romeo. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Have a great rest of whatever day, night you're at.